name's Chris Baker with Baker DMM. This is our video digest newsletter. The topic of today's newsletter is going to be what's in your financial diet. And before I jump into our discussion, I'm going to read you a quote. Quote states, "Poor decisions often result from one party to a transaction having less information than the other. In the build-up to the financial crisis, for example, banks knew too little about borrowers. Consumers of food suffer from a similar problem. They often don't know what's in the food they eat and the effect it will have." And that was from the Wall Street Journal, article titled, "Would Adam Smith Eat That Burger?" And I just thought it was a fun way to kind of overlap two different areas that are very different but very similar. And that was, economics and economical terms overlapped with physical fitness and health. And the authors did a great job of explaining some concepts like abundance and scarcity and balanced budgets and the law of diminishing returns. And the thing that I want to communicate today with you all is that, the problem is not having the information you need to make informed decisions. Like in that quote, they talk about it with your diet and your physical health and not knowing what's in the foods we eat. Because if you eat something high in calories and high in sugar and high in carbohydrates, well, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to work off that excess weight or excess calories so you don't gain weight. And much like if you don't know what's coming into your checking account and what's going out, you don't know what your monthly bills are, you don't know what debts you have, and if you're not getting a whole picture and knowing your net worth on a week in and week out basis, it's going to be really hard for you to make informed decisions to really truly improve your bottom line. So that's the problem, and the solution is for you to do that, to do those things, to get on Mint.com or to get on Quicken, get on QuickBooks, or use Excel to start, taking all this data and aggregating it, putting it together so you can make decisions to help improve your financial health. And the key here is if you're not going to do it, in today's world, in today's technology, you can easily hire someone to do. You can easily hire a company like Baker DMM to do it for you, because we all have our strengths and weaknesses. Not all of us are super organized. Not all of us are accountants. And for many of us, we probably shouldn't be handling the money. We should be outsourcing that. We should be getting someone to do our bookkeeping for us, to monitoring our accounts, helping us understand where we're at, giving us financial statements, whether it's weekly or monthly or quarterly, using a financial planner to help bring in all this data to help make better decisions. Because just like if you're not keeping an eye, on your physical health, you could go to McDonald's or any other fast food restaurant or any restaurant in general in the world, and they could give you a supersized, Coke. And you might save a little bit, but is it, from a monetary standpoint, but from a physical health standpoint, is it really worth it for you to consume all those calories? Maybe you really want that big Coke at the end of the day with your meal. So maybe at breakfast and lunch, you're going to eat less. You're going to say, you know what, I want to have a big, nice Coke later on. So I'm going to eat, instead of my whole portion or my whole drink, I'm only drink half, and I'm going to only eat half my plate. And that way, when you get to the end of the day, you can have that excess and not feel as guilty, because it's really net, it's offsetting. And you're not going to feel as guilty, and you're not going to, hopefully, because you're offsetting, you're not going to gain any weight. And that same mentality, you can apply that to your finances. Like if you normally spend $100 a week on whatever that may be, groceries or shopping or whatever, and you want to take a vacation in 6 months at the end of the year, well, you could say, you know what, I normally spend $100 on this, but I'm going to pull back and only do 25, maybe 50, and I'm going to take that extra money and put it aside so I can take a vacation later on at the end of the year and not worry about it and not feel guilty. And so the key is really honing in, understanding what's coming in, what's going out. Just like we need to know what's going into our body. What are we drinking? What are we eating? How many calories does it have? How many carbohydrates does it have? How many sugars does it have? Understanding this so you can say, okay, I'm gonna eat an apple, or I'm gonna eat a banana instead of eating the cookie or the piece of cake, because those have less calories and they're gonna be healthier for me. And that means I'm gonna have to run 1 mile less at the end of my day because I've got a busy night and I don't wanna run too much because I'm gonna be tired. Being informed, understanding what you're putting into your body, just like that with our finances, there's no excuse. You have 1,000,001 tools now. Everybody should be able to consolidate, aggregate, have a financial statement, know your net worth, know all your assets, know all your liabilities, know your cash flow. And in the end, that's going to help you have a balanced budget. You're going to understand your law of diminishing returns, and it's going to help you overall live a better life in all regards, physically, mentally, spiritually. So if you found this information interesting or helpful, please feel free to share it on all of your social media channels. This could be with your family or friends or whoever you think might benefit from viewing the video. If you'd ever like for me to answer any of your questions in our newsletters, go to our website, www.bakerdmm.com. Scroll to the bottom, fill out your information, write a few sentences, and I'll try to answer your question in one of our upcoming newsletters. If you ever like to get my help directly and personally at our website, go to the top, you can find our phone number as well as a request an appointment button. And if you scroll to the bottom, there's a PayPal button where you can book a direct phone consulting session. And within these options, I'll be in touch with you in 24 to 48 hours to confirm and schedule our appointment. And until then, I will talk to you all soon.